What's up, everybody? You know who it is. Ash Matthews, a.k.a. Dash Past You, from Smart Boy Studios, coming at you from Razdabar Sound and Management in Dayton, Ohio. How you guys doing? Good to be back. Another Monday. So, first things first, while the show is going on, the VMAs will start. I don't know if anyone's into award shows, but the VMAs start at 8, I believe. So it's 7:40 almost. So I will try to keep an updated list of winners, but I can't make any promises that will go smoothly. We will see. I'm interested, so I almost didn't do the show because I wanted to watch the VMAs, but I didn't, and here we are. Another thing is, if you're an artist and you want a custom EPK, hit up this link right here and get yourself an EPK. I'm working on them currently. Yeah. What else? I've got some cool news, but I can't share it yet. I got awesome stuff going on with my people. We haven't really made announcements about it, so I can't tell you, but I don't want to be one of those people that's like, big things in the works, but cool things are happening. I like what we do. I like what we're doing. I like what we're working on. But I'm not going to say anything more about that. Let's just listen to some music here in a minute once I change some text things. Remember, if you're just joining, go ahead and submit some more songs. I did grab my water. I didn't go too crazy with trying to get people to send stuff in. So there's plenty of room. I mean, I've got plenty of backlog stuff we can listen to. Don't forget to share the video. First track up, it's called Money Up by Hunted. Let's give it a listen.
Money, let's do it. While you was focused on them bitches, I was trying to get my money up. While you was hanging with them niggas, I was trying to get my money up. While you was focused on them bitches, I was trying to get my money up. While you was hanging with them niggas, I was trying to get my money up. 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 Lay it out flat like a tummy tuck. I be talking money like a bank teller. If he play B.I.G., then we hit him up. Playbook, read hustle after hustle. On point like Russell with the duffel. No huddles, just ballin' Bill Russell. Hit your block with a Glock barrel muffle. Double CG be the clan now. Whole clique drumming like a band now. Swimming in these women like a beach boy. I don't even need to say it now. While you was focused on them bitches, I was out there in the trenches. He be dead by the deadline, but we gon' load the chopper with extensions. Cause they don't like it when you're broke, and they don't like it when you're rich. But I never paid attention, strictly focused on this picture like an accurate incision. How I get it off the rip. Gotta break bread just to make bread. Got the trap moving for the bass heads. I'm just trying to get my money up. Picture me rolling like a JPEG. While you was focused on them bitches, I was trying to get my money up. While you was hanging with them niggas, I was trying to get my money up. While you was focused on them bitches, I was trying to get my money up. While you was hanging with them niggas, I was trying to get my money up. 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 I ain't talking luggage when I check a bag. Running through the check, how I do the dash. If he holding cash, streets will let it flash. Spot you with the beat like it's laser tag. Mind on my money on my mind. time, Pacey gotta pay me for my time. It don't make sense if it ain't nickel dime, and it don't make sense if it ain't dollar signs. Talking bank rolls that you can't fold, and we open shops that you can't close. I was trying to get my money up, trapping all day in the same clothes. Money, 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 bulging out my pockets. Hustle game lit, plug it like a socket. I can take a loss, nothing less than profit. See the fake hundreds, counterfeits. Watching money, money, money. Watch me stack it up. 100 fully charged, got the power up. Still clocked in when them hours up. Overtime grind, get that money up. Money, money, money. Money, 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 yeah. Money, money, money. Money, 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 yeah. Money, money, money. Money, 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 yeah. Money, money, money. Money, 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 yeah.
I mean, I definitely dig the track. I love the beat a lot, and even that beat switch up at the end was really cool. I think it was well done. The hook gets pretty infectious. I like his delivery. I like his voice on that beat, and I like the way that he wrote it. Rode, not wrote, or both. I guess both. Whatever. It's definitely a solid track. It doesn't. I enjoy it. I wouldn't go back to it, but if it's on, I'm definitely vibing out to it hard. I don't have much to say about the mix. It was a pretty solid mix. I feel like it could have used a little bit more oomph in the vocals. I felt like there was a little less body in the vocals than I would have preferred, but that's kind of being picky. It wasn't too bad. At first, it felt like the vocals were kind of buried, but that's just because I think really the only mixing issue I really heard was that like snare type sound. The snare and like the low hats were a little bit overpowering. But otherwise, I think it's a pretty solid mix. The master helped a lot. There may have been a little bit too much stereo widening on it, but that's not that big of a deal. It wasn't bad to the point where it made it like not listenable or unenjoyable. It was a solid track. Shout out to you, Hunted. And you should be happy I even played that song because it was a link to a Spotify instead of an MP3. Who do you guys want to win? Real quick, let's see what we got here. I mean, there's not going to be any winners yet, but I'm interested to hear who you guys want to win. Okay, so for the best hip-hop video, we have the Carters with Ape Shit, Cardi B with Bartier Carter, Drake with God's Plan, J. Cole with ATM, Nicki Minaj with Chun-Li, and Drake and Migos with Walk It, Talk It. Man, I feel like I don't know how they're not going to give that to God's Plan. I'm not saying that it deserves it, but I'm not saying it doesn't. But I still feel like it's going to be hard to beat God's Plan for best hip-hop video. Best video overall, not just hip-hop, is still the Carters with Ape Shit, Drake with God's Plan, but also Finesse with Cardi B and Bruno, No Tears Left to Cry with Ariana Grande, Havana with Camila Cabello or whatever, and Young Thug, and also This Is America by Donald Glover. If This Is America doesn't win Best Video, then there's a problem. Let me know who you want to win the Best Video and the Best Hip Hop Video. Leave a comment. Wow, there's a lot of different types of videos. I don't care about that. I don't really care about pop videos either. I want Ariana Grande to win Best Pop Video because I think she's great. I'm going to be honest, I didn't see the video for Ape Shit, so I can't have an opinion really. But I do think that This Is America should win Best Video. Best Hip Hop Video is kind of up in the air. Yeah, like I said, VMAs are starting in 15 minutes. I'll be trying to announce the winners as I see them, but I'm not making any promises. Yeah. moving on. Moving on. Copy. Sorry, it takes me a minute because I was gonna do a different song, but I chose to do this song. Bam, here we go.
Got me living comfortable, comfortable, comfortable. Got me feeling comfortable, comfortable, comfortable. Girl, you got me so comfortable, comfortable, comfortable. See a nigga comfortable, comfortable, comfortable. Yeah. Feeling good right now. Feeling good right now. Feeling good right now. Feeling good right now. Pull up in my whip, pull up in the vid. Feel like whoa, skirt off with my chick, her skirt off in a whip. I drive slow, feel the bass hit. You can hear the kicks on my soul. If you get the shits, you gon' feel it quick. No stalling, no. See me drip like the paint off the ceilings. The top, it just looks so appealing. You feeling me? Drop the top, she get low like a villain. No fuck shit, I'm just needing positive energy. Done a lot for my age, ain't no kidding me. They want the spot to get out like a chimney. I can't stop until I got a lot, until I got a lot, and I'm living so comfortable. Living comfortable, comfortable, comfortable. Got me feeling comfortable, comfortable, comfortable. Girl, you got me so comfortable, comfortable, comfortable. See a nigga comfortable, comfortable, comfortable. Yeah.
I'm in my zone, motherfucker, big move. Remember one problem, drink some, forget two. Just hit my line, let me know I slide through. Cause if you with it, we can kick it to the sky blue. I'm liable to cut them all off by my move. At the sky top, come take a peek at my view. How you leave a hungry nigga trapped inside the stool? How you put a bunch of hungry niggas in a group? I'm at it again, Ellen, where my nigga wrote that fire. Tryna get me higher, blow like a tire. I don't work for crumbs no more, my nigga, I retire. I don't need the lie, I'm concentrated, I'm contemplating. I'm comfortable, but I'm tired of waiting, yeah. I'm concentrated, I'm contemplating. I'm comfortable, but I'm tired of waiting,
Now she
yeah.
a bad mama, see to get the cheese, Miss Velveeta. She a real cold piece, but she ride with the heat that reach the sky. Feel the vibe, feeling good right now. Feel the wine, feel the high, sounding good right now. Damn, this high so good, should review it on Yelp. I know my sway too sick to have it all to myself, so baby don't overthink, just sit back and elevate. So get inside your car, baby girl, and come through. Sip on this Moscato and kick off your shoes. Hop inside my spaceship, we off to the moon. And damn it, just get comfortable, 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 yeah.
Got me living comfortable, comfortable, comfortable. Got me feeling comfortable, comfortable, comfortable. Girl, you got me so comfortable, comfortable, comfortable. See a nigga comfortable, comfortable, comfortable. Yeah.
So I want to point out real quick that was a rough draft version of that song that this artist sent. And man, I love his voice. I love the way he delivers on this track. The production is super dope. It's very vibey, very smooth, very comfortable. There were a couple times where I felt like his delivery could have been a little stronger, a little bit. It was mainly the singing thing. Like there's a couple things I'm like, that could have been a little bit closer to being on pitch, but I should stop doing that. But the singing was pretty solid, and I like his voice. That's the thing that stood out to me the most. I like how he sounds on this production. real quick, I need to check something. Okay. The effects and in terms of like the filters, the delays, that kind of stuff on this track were very tasteful. I like how they were executed. They weren't too much. They were different. They were well spaced. It wasn't overbearing. Very nice. No, I haven't played your track yet. That pitched up part and that I didn't know. The one thing that I didn't know was you had like the singing and then you had the one verse and like the other verse. So structure was a little bit weird to me, but I didn't. Structure's only weird to me because I don't know how to describe certain things. But I'm gonna say the first verse, which not the first verse, but I guess it would have been the second verse. I don't know. I guess I missed part of the song when I went out to get my notepad, so I don't. The structure thing is whatever. But the one guy that came on first that sounded different, there was like a pitched up thing that they did that was super cool. And I think both the rap style things worked really well on the track. I have a few mixing things and a production thing. The mixing things are, I knew right away from the beginning that snare was going to be a problem, because right when it comes in, that snare just bam, bam, just smacking you like real hard. So if you have the track outs, there's two ways you can fix this. If you have the track outs, definitely turn the snare down, maybe some EQing. If you don't have the track outs, get an RTA, a real-time analyzer, or an EQ with a built-in RTA, and find what frequencies are spiking on that snare, and just kind of cut right there a little bit, and see if you can duck that snare a little bit, because it is slamming. There's that. I felt at first like the vocals were a bit hot, and kind of throughout they're a little bit hot and a little bit too brittle on the high end. But those are things that happen often, especially for a rough draft. The balance seems to be a bit off across the board. Like the bass was tight, but the mids and even the mids and the high highs were out of balance compared to where the bass was. Like they should be way lower compared to where the bass was, at least to my flavor, and to make it feel even. Especially a track like this, a slower vibed out R&B thing, you want a little bit more. It felt like in the low end, it was lacking a little bit. I was expecting a little bit more from down under, but that doesn't take away. If it's not there, it's not going to take away. But I do feel like the balance is a bit off. Also, one other thing on the mixing is the reverb on the feature. The reverb on the rapping stuff, I felt could come down a little bit. And it doesn't have to be so wet. You can dry those up, soak them up just a little bit, so that the delivery, the pronunciation of the words stick out a little bit better, and there's no like running or muffledness from the reverb. And I think that would kind of help it a little bit. Also, and then that's mainly my mixing things. When it comes to production things, I feel like it could use a little bit more ear candy. And there were plenty of effects and delays, but there was like, I'm talking extra layers. Like the main layers of the hook were tight, but in that last hook, I was ready for him to do some runs or some big thing or some extra stuff to really round out the last hook to be like one big final like hurrah, with really hit the final nail in the coffin on a dope track with some extra big stuff. So yeah. Let me see what you guys had to say. A high EQ cut definitely would help, but if you find what the actual frequencies are and you cut the actual frequencies of the snare, you're not going to ruin either the harmonics that are happening from it, or if you're doing the cut on the master track of the beat, you're not going to take away valuable information from the high end. So if you just have a 2-track of the beat, find what's peaking when that snare hits and cut there, as opposed to just putting a high EQ on the whole thing to cut it down. Oh, yeah, and he kind of said that after I read that. Cool. VMAs are starting soon. Probably gonna be some cool stuff happening there. If you want to go watch those performances, I'm not gonna blame you. I asked people if they wanted me to do the show, or if they're gonna watch the VMAs. People sound like they weren't gonna watch the VMAs, but I will still be trying to tell you the winners as I see them. Let's do another song, and then I got some other stuff I can talk about. Sorry. Oh, this is a big file or big name. Oh. Oh, it's not gonna fit. Oh, I screwed it up. All right, here. Oh, there we go. Almost. There we go.
I'm that man mantis, that mad scientist cat. With advantage at rapping, you admiring that. Demand action, you asking for gats. Firing at your dad's mansion, assassin attire is black. Cats talking italic as a matter of fact. Ought to scatter and dash before they tasting something metallic. Battering gash with the slugger, I'm the battery bat. The slap of the track could get a crippled jagged to dance. Plot thickens, wind stiff and preface for ominous time. Balaclava rock, get involved in anonymous crime. Awkward and nice to dropping bombs on a mic. Optimus Prime to Megatron at the drop of a dime. DeLorean doors go back in time along for the ride to kick Genghis Khan in the cock and make him vomit his rice. So call ahead if you ever want it with mine. Turn your ass to Jared Fogle, you'll be talking to nines.
Too often they sauce, get lost in the bread.
It's cause and effect, bars, we offer the best.
They offer the checks.
They floss and they flex and talk from their necks.
So we toss them for dead. Too often they sauce, get lost in the bread.
It's cause and effect, bars, we offer the best.
They offer the checks.
We offering wreck, come at us wrong beats, what is it?
It's off with their head. We spittin' like lit matches on gas emissions. Mazel tov windows on wits, fast from the blast I'm sending. Smash glass, they actually pack whack incentives. Act like bars ain't back, play this track and listen. Laughing at distracted visions, they fast to mention. A lot is wrong where they attract the minions. I stop the song you witness, I'm boxing strong. I'll fuck a pussy up like a natural birth octomom. My pen is chrome, sending letters big as midget gnomes with the scope as long as they had the sack on Dimmadome. I'm finna blow your mind, Cobain traits, and kill you with the glove and knife from OJ's case. Don't obey fate. My intention to leaving the fraudulent rappers who constantly ruin the culture with shots in the head. Rappers, my life is I living and breathing, I'll stop when I'm dead. I got in the flesh and I'm popping the desk. Not in the chest if you're rocking the best. Stop and confess that I drop with finesse. I cop in a check, but I rock with the best. Too often they sauce, get lost in the bread.
It's cause and effect, bars, we offer the best.
They offer the checks.
They floss and they flex and talk from their necks.
So we toss them for dead. Too often they sauce, get lost in the bread.
It's cause and effect, bars, we offer the best.
They offer the checks.
We offering wreck, come at us wrong beats, what is it?
It's off with their head.
Check. You get your thorax cracked, fucking with Ren. I wear your skin and turn your bones into dust in the wind. Pick it a litter, sipping a liter, blood on my sneaker. Voice so ill, I slap cats right through the speaker. Y'all so one-dimensional, it's sickening. I'm tired of the top 5 lists and all the bickering. So I'm here to settle this once and for all. It ain't us, it don't matter, it ain't me, it ain't raw. They can't tame the untamable, NY Navy blue. Just know I'm coming back for food if I ate with you. No disrespect will be tolerated. I don't care who your mans is, no one is exonerated. Streets say I kinda made it, banks say I'm unknown. Industry is cutthroat, hit the road, never come home. Killer with a mic apparatus as my meat cleaver. Waiting on my chance to dance with the street reaper.
Too often they sauce, get lost in the bread.
It's cause and effect, bars, we offer the best.
They offer the checks.
They floss and they flex and talk from their necks.
So we toss them for dead. Too often they sauce, get lost in the bread.
It's cause and effect, bars, we offer the best.
They offer the checks.
We offering wreck, come at us wrong beats, what is it?
It's off with their head.
So Jesse says, I would like it better if it was mixed better, and this guy sound like Fat Joe. You're not wrong with the Fat Joe thing, but I did like his voice. He almost sounded like Young Limbo, which is that dude that raps with Logic. Or Big Limbo, Young Limbo, Big Limbo. Big Limbo? I don't know. Brian Carney says if Psychopathic Records signed Mobb Deep. So the first thing that sticks out to me is just bars. I caught a lot of cool bars in there. I love the delivery. All of them like brought energy and charisma and enthusiasm and an edge. And I was definitely encapsulated by their deliveries and their bars. So I mean, big ups to that. And I think the beat choice is really good. As soon as the beat came on, I was interested. I don't know. It was something about the sub on it and something about that synthy sound. I loved it, and I think they, like Brian says, killed it. I think they did kill it. The only thing I think they didn't kill was the hook. I wasn't a big fan of that hook in terms of what it was, how it was delivered, and how it was mixed. It didn't feel like the idea was kind of there, but I didn't love it. But I love all the verses. I loved the verses. The hook did not get me, though. You can let me know what you think, if you guys like the hook or not. It was weird. I could say things about the mix. When it came on, I was like, oh, man, these vocals are hot. These vocals are just big and laying flat on the beat. They're not even really mixed in. They're just, here's my vocals on top of this beat. It didn't really feel mixed. But as I realized what type of track it was, and I was listening to it and listening to the bars and understanding the delivery, I kind of got to the point where I was like, like, I don't know if I really care that this isn't like the best mix. Like, I don't know if I really care that it blends in too much, or I don't know if I really care that it doesn't really blend in enough, because I wanted to hear the delivery in the bar, and the beat was just kind of a background thing that was kind of cool to have. The beat wasn't the focus, and the vocals were definitely overriding the beat, but it almost like didn't bother me. So like the rap fan part of me is like, it's fine, I dig it, but the engineer part of me is like, but do you really? If you want, I know this is like their mastered version because it says master in the file name, so I don't know that they're really going to go back and do any kind of remixing and mastering, but I guess if I were to say anything, it's just that the vocals don't blend into the beat, and I feel like a lot of that is an EQing problem and maybe a spatial problem. I think that the biggest things to focus on would be the EQ and the reverb. The delays were cool, but they could have been a little bit tighter. I don't know if maybe rework your compression slightly, but he did go back and remaster. I'd be interested to hear what it sounds like with it, whatever you did to it. It just felt like the vocals had a little bit too much low end and body that were just like they were just laying on top of the beat instead of sinking into it, like being blended in terms of its EQ and whatnot. If you have a different version of it, I'd be interested to hear it. I guess while we're here, I wanted to talk about something, and it was like some drama, but I don't want to be too specific because I'm not trying to like air people out or call people out or anything. So I'm going to say the same thing that I said in a Facebook status earlier today, and that is like, some people don't realize that their actions affect other people. It's a bit self-centered to think that an issue that you have or something that you do or a problem that arises within your bubble only affects your bubble. The fact is, sometimes your lack of good judgment or not the best decision making will affect other people, and not just it'll bother other people. Like, you can affect other people's money, other people's opportunities, other people's happiness, other people's way of life, other people's business. You can affect a lot of things of other people if you're not going to consider the ramifications of your actions. So, I don't know. I just wanted to remind everybody that your actions have a cause and effect. Your actions can be the cause to an effect that then affects more people than just yourself. So understand the consequences of your actions and how they will affect other people. If that doesn't bother you, then that doesn't bother you, and I'm not going to sit here and try to convince you otherwise. But if the fact that you could be potentially messing with other people by your own decisions, think twice and see if that's still what you want to do and if that's the reputation you want to hold. That's all I'm going to say about that. I mean, no pressure to conform to what I think, I guess. But I'm just trying to look out for you and look out for other people. And I was just bothered by some stuff today. No pressure.
For you. It's so sad. I know you see them guys on you. Hearing them same lines, it's irritating. But I'ma cut through. Yeah. Pleasing your mind at the right time. Yeah. Everybody loves expression. No wasted time when I'm on your mind. If you're afraid, I'll be with you day to day. We can build, we can grow, we can be so strong. I hope you see it in me, yeah. Can't say it will be easy every day. Just throw your fears away. If you're feeling like I'm too much for you, it won't be no pressure. Promise you that I won't be in and out. Don't worry about the pressure. Now I know you deserve everything that I have to offer. I have enough for you and some. If your love is a meal, I won't stop until it's gone. I won't waste my time or yours. The small things I adore about you, like respecting yourself, value and family. We can be hand in hand, just you and me, yeah. We can build, we can grow, we can be so strong. I hope you see that in me. Can't say it will be easy every day. All you gotta do is throw your fears away. If you're feeling like I'm too much for you, let your hair down if you want to. Promise, girl, that I won't be in and out. Don't worry. Ooh. The past is the past for a reason. Let go so I can hold on to you. I'm here for the work, overtime, 'cause your heart comes first. Ooh, if you're feeling like I'm too much for you, it won't be no pressure. No, it won't, no, it won't, no. Promise you that I won't be in and out. Don't worry, baby. If you're feeling like I'm too
Dang, Jarrell. Dang, dude. Hold on. Dude, that song was less than 4 minutes. It was 3:57. I don't think that was too long of a song. Karhan, I don't even know how to say your name, said that he thought it was a long song. I don't think it was that long, considering the structure was really solid, and it was such a good song that being just shy of 4 minutes is probably, like, the perfect length for that song. At least, in my opinion. I don't think it went on too long at all. Good structure. Part of the reason I feel like that is because of that good structure. If it didn't have that bridge, and the bridge was the same as, like, the verse, then I would be like, yeah, this was too long and the same thing. But that bridge was enough of a change in momentum and in building tension that it lends itself to be okay for it to be 4 minutes. Which leads me to my main point, is that the production on this is A1. I'm not just talking about the beat making or the instrumental or the musicality. I mean the production in terms of how the song is structured, how the song is built, the delivery, everything about it was, in terms of production, was wonderful. It was fantastic. The artist's performance was pretty fantastic as well. I already mentioned how much I love the structure. That guitar, that phased wad out guitar in there really, really just, like, puts the cherry on the sundae and really just made the instrumental freaking amazing. I love, someone compared the bass to, like, Jamiroquai, and I agree. It definitely had a bit of a Jamiroquai feel to it. I'm trying to think about all the other good things. I feel like I could go on with good things about this song for a while. But we're about constructive criticism, right? And there were 3 little things that I feel could be better. Number 1, I felt like the vocals were a little bit too hot. That instrumental is so dope that I felt like it could have synced in a little bit more, not have been so too in front of the music, and kind of take one little half step back and let the whole instrumental kind of flood over you more than just the vocals. And I feel like a thing that contributed to that was that it felt like there was lacking a bit in the low end, somewhere between like 80 and 300 hertz. It could use a more, I couldn't feel it as much as I wanted to feel it, you know? It's going to be hard for you guys to hear because you're listening through a stream that's however you're listening, through a phone or headphones or however you're listening. But in here in this room with a sub, I still wasn't quite getting the amount of in my chest feeling that I wanted from a track this powerful. And then the only other thing, and you guys are going to think I'm crazy, but I realized I was, Christian Taylor dropped in to let us know that Starbreak Kit is available everywhere. I'll make that announcement for you. I was going to say, oh, yeah. As I was listening, I was like, man, this dude can really sing. He's got a hell of a performance going on. And I realized I was so taken by that. The bridge came, and I was super into it. And then it gets to the end of the bridge, and it's climaxing. The song is basically climaxing right there at the end of the bridge. And he didn't quite go up as high as I thought he would. He didn't quite belt out some big thing that I felt like was leading towards. And I was like, you know what I just realized? This guy doesn't have a whole lot of range. His range that he does have is solid. He can definitely deliver within his range, but his range isn't that big. And that's what I felt like was the weakest part of the song outside of those 3 things. The vocals being a little hot, the low end lacking a little bit, and his range not quite being where it was. But hey, I'm here to give constructive criticism, and I could talk for days about how good this song is, but I want to point out some things that I think could be better because I want people to be better, including myself. So yeah. Christian Taylor, nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by. I don't know how long you plan on staying. You could share the video. That'd be cool of you to do. What time is it? 8:16. We're 15 minutes into the VMAs. I don't know if you guys have the VMAs muted on your TV while you listen to me or not, but I'm trying to see if anybody won anything right now. Who do you guys want to win? I want Donald Glover to win Best Video for This Is America. I talked about that a little bit ago. Ooh. Pink got the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award, so that's interesting. Wait, this is 2017. I want 2018. Jeez, I was like, wait a minute. I thought J-Lo was getting the Vanguard Award. That's why I was so confused. Does anybody have any news? I'm trying to find if any winners have been announced. Yes, and the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award went to Jennifer Lopez. I already knew that, though, because they talked about that. That's decided ahead of time. I'm not really seeing any winners yet. I'm sure they're still doing, like, opening acts and monologue and all that stuff. Best New Artist. Ooh, Lil Pump or Cardi B. Lil Uzi Vert is in the running for Best New Artist, but I don't think like he's new enough. Artist of the Year. Bruno Mars, Post Malone, Ariana Grande, Drake, Cardi B, and Camila Cabello for Artist of the Year. That's a tough one. That is a tough one. Let me know who you want. Who do you want to win the VMA Artist of the Year? Camila Cabello, I don't know. Cardi B, Drake, Ariana Grande, Post Malone, or Bruno Mars. I'll let you know who I want to win. You let me know who you want to win. Share the video. We'll find out what other people want to win, and we'll go from there. In the meantime, I guess I'll play a song. In just a second. I gotta figure out who did the song in the emails. Up. I got it. 1 second, you guys. 1 second. Let me know who you want to win Artist of the Year.
Right now, no man, I'm up for those. Right now, lose. Right now, Beverly Hills, Beverly Hills, Beverly Hills. Let's go for a ride to the west side, sniffing up Beverly Hills. My chick off her X-Pill, she ride the dick and she steer, and I got the gas in the gears. I'm in my zone, Gucci headband on my ears, like that money's all I hear. Always Patron when I cheers. Hey, out of line, and another line, that's an equal sign. Pistol on me just for peace of mind. No, you can't get a piece of mind. Passing competition all day like they need a ride. FB gang, we the guys, for the homies locked up, free the guys. My circle small, it's just me and I. Neck looking like TMI, that's too much ice for you feeble minds. My main chick don't give a shit that I keep aside. So let's take a ride to the west side. Sniffing at Beverly Hills, my chick off her X-Pill, she ride the dick and she steer, and I got the gas in the gears. I'm in my zone, Gucci headband on my ears, like that money's all I hear. Always patrolling it.
find me out in Cali, blowing Maui while we riding in the Audi. Fresher than some Downy, I don't settle down, I get it, and then I'm outie. 4 mills, 4 thrills, riding through Beverly Hills. Roll a blunt, pop a bottle, we getting lit everywhere. And I'm riding drop top, oceanside, getting brain with a view. Palm trees, all deja vu. Living that beach life with a bad bitch like a young Heidi Klum. I hit up road day like okay, Gucci, Louis, Fendi, ooh. 90210, no. Chauffeur for my rolls, no. Tick on my rollie, new kicks, don't step on my toes. My name tonic, so I'm not that common smoke. She heard I got that dead dick, now she tryna blow. Sniffing that Beverly Hills, my chick off her X-pill. She ride the dick and she steer it, and I got the gas in the gears. I'm in my zone, Gucci headband on my ears. Like that money's all I hear, always patrolling it.
I just want to point something out real quick. I just want to point out, Chronic, I just want to point out that you said that the other song was too long, but your song's longer. I'm not saying that your song's too long, but I am saying that your song is longer than the one that you said was too long. I like the track. It's kind of got that, I got distracted. It's kind of got that Travis Scott type feel to it, at least in my opinion. So I dig the vibe. I dig the style. The beat was super cool. It's a bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Almost trippy. Like it puts you in a mind state where you kind of like you're washed. It's wavy. I think wavy is a good way to describe it. I like the effects that you do in the hook. I think they're really cool. I think they work really well. I know you're going for a certain style. I think you're reaching that style pretty well. Your vocals were definitely very clear. I like the way you use autotune. I've said a lot of this stuff before. Your reverb and delay is nicely done, it seems like. I mean, you could probably tweak it here and there, but it's not anything that I could really point out specifically. So, I mean, I think it's good. I think it's cool. The weird thing for me, other than I didn't really love the ending. That was the thing in terms of the song. I didn't really like the chopped and screwed thing and then fading the normal back in. Like, I like it in concept, but hearing it, I'm like, nah, I don't know if I really like it. That's me, though. If you love the ending, keep it, man. Do you. There's two things that really felt weird to me, and I'll address the more important one first. That the vocals feel a little thin. They're not too thin, but they feel a little thin, which kind of goes with the style of the hook. And the hook, it's kind of cool, and the hook it like works. But with the other parts, I feel like there's a lot in that like maybe 700 to 1K. 700 hertz to 1000 hertz range, like there's plenty there, but then like below that down to 250, especially in like the lower 250 to 400 is really, I'm assuming you have like a pretty hard low cut on there because you're losing a bit of your body and a little bit of your chest out of it, and it's kind of just coming off a little bit thin. The biggest thing for me is that I didn't feel like I heard you in my ears. I feel like I heard you a little bit further back. So that's something to maybe take a look at, is messing with your EQing a little bit, because you definitely you're coming in clear, but it's lacking that bigger full. It's not as full as I would like, I think, is what I'm going for here. And it was just weird. It didn't really sound like any of your vocals were really panned. Like everything felt very narrow to me. I don't know if you did any panning with any of your vocals or not, but I wanted that, especially the hook and then some of the stuff in the verse. I wanted it. I wanted it to be here. I wanted it to feel, because the vibe of the whole track is very intoxicating and wavy. I wanted to be like surrounded by everything, including the vocals. So this is one of those instances where I'm like, experiment with stereo widening, make a bus track, send your vocals to the bus, and on the bus track, that's where you should put your stereo widening. That way you can blend in the stereo width to taste, and basically do like parallel stereo widening. It could be interesting. No, just an EQ spread, no pan. I feel like if you, on your interface or in your software or anywhere, if you can switch to mono and check your mix in mono and stereo and go kind of back and forth, that will help you get a better overall mix in general. But that can help with any weird phase issues that are going on with an EQ spread. And like I said, with the EQ spread thing, don't put that on a main actual track. Put that in a bus and send your stuff to that bus. And that way you can send all the vocals or some of the vocals. You can pick what you send to the EQ spread and blend it that way, and have different blends, so they're all using the same exact spread, but you can blend them differently and blend that spread as a whole. So try that out and see what you can do, because I really dig the track, but I wanted to be surrounded by it. And to be surrounded by it, I need a little bit more width from the vocals, whether you're going to pan it or spread it, and a little bit more of that low end to make me like to have the chest. I need more of your chest to be in my ears so I can be drown. I want to drown in this song more. So see if you can drown yourself more. Not drown yourself out in the mix. You know what I mean. VMA check, you guys. Any winners yet? If anybody hears of any winners, let me know. Let me know. I'm trying to update this as I can, but I don't know if anyone's... It's been 30 minutes. There's got to be something, right? I'm assuming someone would be updating the Wikipedia. Maybe not. Let me go back to a different... Here we go. They're updating this one in real time, or at least they should be. He said, say it with your chest. I can't finish that quote. Come on. How long is the VMA supposed to last? I'm not sitting here for the whole VMA show. I will move on and listen to another song now. Thank you for your patience.
BBF, we the best. I hop in a ballad like Khaled. I'm about to go beat my chest like I'm Denzel. Finna meet his death. I don't need a rest. Every single breath, I just let it mesh like a pot of fresh gumbo. Let's go dumb. Eat every plate, I left no crumb. Solo, I run a queso run. YOLO, my polo vest, red rum. Murdered it upper echelon. Heard of it, I got a skill to appeal like a Percocet. I'm in a furnace, but I am not burning yet. This the beginning, my plot is a winning. You out of your mind, I'm out of my limit. You high cause you live it, I'm high cause I'm living, my nigga. Mellow out, hello, I'm in though. I'm trying to sell out a venue. Shorty got all my attention. I fuck the hell out her friend too. You date her like Mayo de Cinco. I'm trying to sink her my lighter. She got a beautiful smile, yeah. I'm trying to give her a child, yeah. I got a girl named Yesenia. Her daddy call her Yesenia. That be those cultural differences. I trade a rib for her innocence. I call her sugar like insulin. These hoes out here insignificant. These bitches know what to say, but they never finish my sentences. Back in this bitch, parallel parking. Hope y'all come around like a carousel carton. I just at the part where you stuck in a rock in a hard place. Should probably consider restarting. Already soaring my tumble and Jordan backboarding. Then Superman dropped to the floor. Of course I was scorching with torture from torches. Incinerate them till they bones are contorted. Saw sky from the throne to the floor. Not I, you are not that important. Spaz flow, you will hope it's recording. Cash flow, you would think it's extorted. Niggas hating cause these chickens is foreign and do whatever I say so. DBF gang bro with the fuego flow play throw, goddamn.
Yo. Super dig the style. Super dig the flow. Both things were great. I would definitely listen to more of this. The beat choice was very interesting to me, and I loved it. The way he came on it was dope. I like his style. I like his delivery. In terms of the mix, I feel like the beats, this is another one of those tracks where the vocals are kind of just fat laying on top of the beat and not really mixed in. Cutting some of those low mids, maybe a low shelf around 400, 500 would make it sit in there a little bit better. Doing that and turning up the beat a little bit, or turning down the vocals. Turning down the vocals is probably a better idea than turning up the beat, depending on how much headroom you have. Would also throw on a de-esser onto those vocals and maybe slightly raise somewhere around 3K. I think that would help bring it out a little bit more and let it stand in front of the beat, but still sink in, but be cut through it, you know. Could also back off the reverb through most of it, except for that filtered part where the beat kind of filters out. If he, when the beat, that filter comes in on the beat, bring up the reverb a lot there, and then the way that the filter slowly faded out, do that with the reverb, slowly fade the reverb out, and let it slowly come back to a more dry sound. I think that would be super dope. I kind of knew exactly what I thought on this track, which doesn't happen that often, but it did today. Let me see what else I got. There's a song that I want to play, but it's by some people that I know, and I've really been waiting for like a bigger audience, you know? I really want some people to hear this because these are people that I know and actually like have a relationship with, and I would love to play their song, but I kind of want more people to be here for it. So share the video. Share the video, guys. We had a lot more viewers on the last video, and it's because people shared. Maybe I should play those other people's music instead of your music. I'm just playing with you. Ooh. Jay Young sent a song in. If you guys don't know Jay Young, he's an artist I discovered. I feel like he's from. Where is he from? I don't remember where he's from. I felt like he was from Michigan. I could be wrong. But I found him not that long ago, and I was like, bro, how have I never heard of you? You are dope, and I like it. So he sent a song in. OTW on the way, so I'm excited.
I know you want it, yeah. She up recording, so pick out a movie, yeah. Got work in the morning, call them up, say you coming in late, cause girl, I'm on it. Wait, yeah, girl, I'm on it. Wait, oh yeah, let your head down, I'm on the way, girl, you should let your head down, I'm on the way, girl, you should let your head down, I'm on the way, girl, you should let your head down, that's a bit down, oh yeah. Yeah, I lost count of the days I've been gone, yeah. All these messages missed in my phone, yeah. You say you've been up for way too long, yeah. I said I'm on the same shit you on, but I just let it breathe though. Honestly, never thought you were Leo. Mean I had a ring for you in a past life. I don't know, I always guessed that it would be you. And you say you should grow up. And I say, fuck that, turn up. I've been drinking heavy liquor by the liter lately. Need the help of the spirits to fight these demons lately. You say all I ever see in life is having fun. Well, isn't that supposed to be the vision when you young? Hey, still I digress. Late nights I'm out on the road. I'll hit you up after my shows, yeah. Come closer if you feeling cold, cause I got one road. I know you want it, yeah. She said I need it, yeah. Girl, you feeling lonely, call me up when you need some company. I be on it, wait, yeah. Girl, I'm on it, wait. I just picked up a recording, so pick out a movie, yeah. Got work in the morning, call them up, say you coming in late, cause girl, I'm on it. Wait, yeah, girl, I'm on it. Wait, oh yeah, let your head down, I'm on the way, girl, you should let your head down, I'm on the way, girl, you should let your head down, I'm on the way, girl, you should let your head down, that's a bit down, oh yeah. Yeah, traffic in the night breeze. Pennies for your thoughts, maybe dollars for your heart, baby. I'm throwing out numbers trying to allure you. Love don't cost a thing, but I still couldn't afford you. You say you should grow up, and I say I think you're right. Thinking about the future got me kinda nervous, questioning whether the things I did was even worth it. Not picture perfect, but worth way more than 1,000 words. In a world of 6 billion, maybe 1,000 hers. But still I haven't even left the state. I cannot say that she's the only living saint. Yeah. She say all I ever seen in life was having fun. We were both shooting for stars, they was just different ones.
Yo, what up, Juice, if you're still here. Levi, I mean, what time is it? We're an hour? Yeah, if you want to send one in, I could probably get to it. Okay, so this song, I love the song. Ron, you can, the email on the video, right down there. Just send an MP3 to that email with the artist name and the song name. So I like the song. I think it's relatable. I think it's intoxicating. I think it kind of flows, and it's like laying in a pool, and you're just like laying on your back, and it just like you're just laying there. That's how it feels, but in a good way. Very intoxicating and moody, and I like the hook. The ending is pretty cool. I didn't love the bridge, but I did like the ending of it. And and the recording of those vocals are very clear, and his delivery, he pronunciates very well, and all of his words are clear, and even in the hook where it's a little bit slurred, you can tell it's intentional to be part of the song. So I dig that. I wasn't really loving the mix, and let me tell you why. First of all, there were some parts of the vocals that need tune. Some of the singing stuff was, especially because the hook and some of the other parts were two vocals panned hard left and hard right. And the problem is if they get out of touch at all, it becomes very obvious. And so both of them, and not at the same time, were kind of out of key at a couple notes, a couple words, and it became very, very obvious. So I would say tune the vocals is the first thing. Also, there was a lot of low end on the vocals that really just covered up everything. So putting a low shelf on the vocals would definitely cut them down and let them blend in a little bit, instead of just being like a lot of songs we've heard tonight, just fat vocals just laying on top of shit. So cut some low and let them breathe, let them sink in there and find a comfortable spot. Also, check your mix in mono, because it felt like there was weird phase issues when I was switching it in and out of mono that completely changed the mix. The mix completely changed in mono, and you don't want that. Also, a de-esser on the vocals. Maybe a little bit too much compression on the vocals right now. It just felt like there were some things that were happening, and I'm like, that sounds like compression. It felt like they were being a little bit squeezed too much at times. And like I said, the vocals were a bit hot, which hides so much, because it took forever for me to realize to really hear the reverb and delay. It came later towards either right before the bridge or in the ending, and there was like this pause, and I heard the delay, and I was like, oh, that's so beautiful, and it works so well. But throughout the rest of the song, it's being hidden by so much low end and so much vocal stuff going on that, like, let it breathe. Oh, wow. Excuse me. Let it breathe a little bit. And I feel like there could be some more ear candy. Like, the song is really solid, but there wasn't anything in the song that really, like, oh, shit, did you hear that? Or, like, oh, man, that little effect. Or, oh, that harmony. Or there wasn't those little flavor. There weren't those little spices in there to really catch your ear and be like, oh, shit, that was awesome. So I'd say throw some ear candy in there for the listener to be like, oh, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let's move it on. Alright, I've been waiting to play this song because I really wanted to play it with a bigger audience, but now I'm just too anxious to hear it. Now I'm just too anxious. I probably should have scaled this before I pasted it in there.
I'm just tryna get paid. Smoke a couple blunts to take the pain away. Providing for my family, I'm gon' make a way. I got my gang behind me, we gon' be okay. I ain't with the fuck shit. If I fuck with you, believe it's genuine. I ain't got no time for the ignorance. I ain't got no time for irrelevance. Yeah. I'm tryna get paid, so we can go on tour, performing state to state. Eventually I wanna see the UK. Until that day I gotta grind and do my thing. Yeah. Smoking the loud, drinking my cup. Speakers turned up, bitches eyeing wild and trying to get fucked. I'm just tryna get paid. Smoke a couple blunts to take the pain away. Providing for my family, I'm gon' make a way. I got my gang behind me, we gon' be okay.
West side nigga, I ain't claiming shit. Just a little homage that I pay, cause this part of the city is a part of me. So pardon me if I'm partially partial. I probably seem awkward to half of these niggas who squandered the opportunities in front of their face, cause now they see I've come far. Damn, same motherfuckers used to laugh right in my face. They couldn't see all of the pain of how I suffered every day. The irony is I ain't changing, still that same little nigga who always knew we'd be something, he knew we'd be great. Been on a mission since 6, I've been had this vision. The lens just hadn't adjusted to fit the prescription that I was given, which was to spit from my spirit. Uplift this city with lyrics, some see the light and they fear it. My light shines bright cause I'm near it, nigga.
I'm just tryna get paid, smoke a couple blunts to take the pain away. Drinking my cup for my family, I'm gon' make a way. I got my gang behind me, we gon' be okay. Shit gets hard when your back is against the wall. I'm a hustler, no second thoughts, I'm a hustle. I'm in and out, always moving silent. Next time you see me, the job is already done. All about the business, I kid it. Won't let that kill my passion, bad business. You with me or you resent me, don't matter. I'm locked and loaded, can't knock my flow. I'd like Ripley's, believe it or not, part C's like Moses. Smoking the loud, drinking my cup. Speakers turned up, bitches eyeing wild and trying to get fucked. Smoking the loud, drinking my cup. Speakers turned up, bitches eyeing wild and trying to get fucked.
Yo, I'd have to say that that is probably my favorite song from him that I've heard. There were flavors that Levi said got a little of that Kendrick nasally sound. There were bits of flavor in there that reminded me of Kendrick for sure of the track overall. But yeah, that's definitely my favorite song I've heard from him. In terms of, I think the beat choice was great. I think the beat was super dope. This is probably some of his best delivery I've heard in terms of him being in the pocket and how he rode the beat and what he did with the hook. I definitely think that this is one of his best songs all around. The Oddity verse was amazing, not just because Oddity is a great MC, but the mix on Oddity's verse was the best mix aspect of the entire song. That's for sure. And that like little effect that he had on there that he later had on King's verse later in the song, like the little bridge type part, that was actually really cool. When it first happened in Oddity's verse, I was like, yeah, okay, all right, I can do that. And then when it happened later in the bridge, bringing it back around, and I'm like, yeah, I like it. I dig it. I dig what he did there with that. The panned vocals on the hook, the singing type things that were on the hook that were panned all the way were treated wonderfully. I love the reverb on there, and if he did a delay or not, I don't know. I just love how they sounded. Like, they sounded like they were tuned well. They sounded they sound full and just angelic almost. Like, I love how those sounded. My only gripe about him is that there's a bit too much low end in him. When you pan things like that, the low end tends to stand out a little bit more because it's being one side and the other. It's not like in the middle where the kick is and the bass is. It goes to the sides, and then that low end gets really overbearing at times. So I would say to roll off the low end on not even roll off the low end on those, but do a low shelf around 500, 350 to 500 low shelf, and bring it down until those feel a little bit more comfortable and not so overpowering. I think at one point I wanted to check mono and never did. Also in his verse, you could probably cut down some of the low end on the verse as well. The horns, I really dig the horns a lot. Like, I think they remind me of another track, like the same horn sound, but it wasn't like the same sample. Like the one that I know does like a thing, but like the horns sound themselves, I loved it. The only problem is the way that they need to be mixed a little bit better. They are competing with the hook. Like, they are very, very distracting in the hook because they're fighting with the same frequency space. Yeah, James Otha did the engineering. They're fighting the frequency space with the hook, and it makes it hard to focus on the hook. And I love the hook, but those horns are taking away from how impactful that hook could be. Also, maybe back off some of the reverb in King's verse, because I feel like it should be more dry to stick to differentiate itself from the hook a little bit more. Some multi-band compression on the vocals may help overall if you can tweak it just right. And then the only other thing is that I felt like the track overall had a bit much compression on it, because that low end seemed to be really triggering some compression that was kind of pumping the whole track. Not to a point where it was like real bad, but enough for me to be like, you could probably adjust that. If you brought the lows down like 80 hertz and below, like kind of bring those down a little bit, and then the whole thing goes through a compressor, it won't happen as much, but you'll still get enough low end because the low end's still hitting it first. But yeah, that sounds, it's just like, man, James Otha gets better and better with each mix I hear, but I feel like every time, because he does a lot of stuff that I remember doing, and I feel like every time I hear a James Otha engineered track, I want to sit down with him and be like, all right, now here, do this, tweak this, do this. I love what you did there, and I love what you did there, but to make those stand out, let's do this, and then bam, and it's a solid mix. But he keeps getting better. Shouts out to him for putting the work in and grinding and getting better. And yeah, just shout out to James Otha for all that. I'm just here to give as much help as I can. Guys, it's time to check on the VMAs. I haven't seen a single winner yet, and I know it's been an hour, so there's got to be some winners announced, right? I need to take this off the screen. No one told me who they wanted. Maybe not no one. Oh, I did take it off. Nobody told me who they wanted to win for stuff. I've been trying to ask you guys who you want to win VMA stuff. Video of the year, man. I gotta go with Childish Gambino. This Is America. That's what I want. Artist of the year. You know I want Post Malone to win that. Come on. Yeah, you can send music in now. There's a few songs. I might be able to get to it if you send it in right now. I'm looking at it. Still doesn't show any winners on this website that said, hey, we're gonna update these in real time. I want to know the winners. Let me refresh this real quick. Look for some winners. I'll get the next song ready. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Next up, we've got longtime viewer and contributor to the show, Moms on Welfare. If I could get this to fit on here. With a song called A Toast to My People. Before we get into that, let me see if there are any winners. There we go. Push Artist of the Year. Wait, why is this? Oh, okay. It's a monthly thing. Okay. Haley Kiyoko of Atlantic Records won that. I feel like I should know that, but I don't. Other people up for this were Lil Xan, T Grizzly, pretty much, SZA, Khaled, Kyle. I don't know how Haley Kiyoko beat Kyle, Khaled, and SZA, let alone. And even I can see how T Grizzly and Lil Xan may not have won. I don't know most of these other people. Casey Hill, No Cyrus. That's all I'm seeing. That is all I'm seeing. Wow. I guess I might get to catch some of the VMAs, huh?
Yo, break the green up, rolled up tight, and start to steam up. I dream up a masterful fantasy, don't believe us, we must trust this. In that smoke fire bliss, I got bitches just waiting, cause I got 5 splits. A living dream, all too real, or so it seems. These nice things, rose tin glasses and ice rings. I came up, I'm living the life that I done made up. I drafted a script, and now we wait for the plot twist. It flies by, 10 years wasted, just like a drive-by. Shot down, left in the past. We say bye-bye, high as hell. I know that sense so well. Green, sweet, double-fisted, and I'm living it well. I'm high profile in this Knoxville style. I'm Kingsburg raised, and that's gonna stay for a while. I love the place of my birth, and for what it be worth, ain't nobody in the city that can walk that turf. We were raised to fight, hustle, and fuck. We ran amok, no chance rising unless you have blind luck or dedication. Try to evolve, constantly changing, and musically I'm raising the stakes. Hell, I done changed them, changed up style and sound. I straight amaze up, so blaze up. A toast to my people, yo, we done came up. Yo, a toast to my people, yo, we done came up. A toast to my people, yo, we done came up. A toast to my people, yo, we done came up. A toast to my people, yo, we done came up. A toast to my people, yo, we done came up.
Indulging in the finest shit, looking like it's diamond dipped. Anytime you see us lighting up, you know what time it is. And I ain't talking about that 420 on the clock. Talking about that couple of puffs and then you rocked. I got that blue dream, I got that train wreck. I got some shit that's so loud, I think they call it death. We down to smoke a couple blunts, a little dabble do ya. I put it on that nail and I yabba dabba do ya. You knew as smokers, I think I'm gonna have to school ya. We didn't have the access, we had to smoke manure. We went from smoking dirt weed to puffing on the mids. There was shit we called hydro, started raising lids. And when that purple hit, the scene, the game was over. It only took the sour D to throw the purple over. Then there was the AKs, the G13s, strain specific hybrid and everything in between. The shatter and the hash oil, some shit we never seen. Now we have the candy store, the shit is like a smorgasbord. All right at our fingertips, and something to be grateful for. Yeah, something to be grateful for.
A toast to my people, yo, we done came up.
A little piece of candy.
A toast to my people, yo, we done came up.
Make you feel like you're on enough planet.
A toast to my people, yo, we done came up.
Something to be grateful for.
A toast to my people, yo, we done came up.
A dab.
A toast to my people, yo, we done came up.
Make you feel like your brain is flowing behind you.
I wasn't ready for the ending. It was kind of abrupt. This is definitely a smoking song. I didn't really pay attention to the lyrics so much. I'm sorry. I apologize. But the beat is super dope. Definitely vibed out. Definitely for a smoking song. What else was I gonna say? I like what the hook is going for, and I say it like that because I'll get a little bit more into it. Both verses were pretty dope. I do dig the beat. I do dig the production on it. But I got things about the mix, man. Also, I'll go back to the hook thing. I like the hook, but that high as hell, high as hell, high as hell, or whatever, that is like buried. Like I could barely hear it. And then it's like there was a delay on it, but the delay was like only to the right. I don't know what that was really about. And then your vocals, it sounded like you were this far away from the microphone and like tried to like bring it together, but you still you still just sound like distant in the mix, which I don't know. I guess it makes me very curious about your recording setup. But you still just still just sound distant and a little bit buried in the mix, and the beat is still overpowering you. I felt like there was a lot of information in the 8K to 12K range. There was a bit of brittleness, high-end sibilant stuff going on in the 8 to 12K range between the beat and you, so that's like a whole everything across the board type thing. And then the thing that was weird is that like the whole beat feels thin or small or squeezed. Like the whole mix felt like it could just be right here in my hand. It wasn't here, it was just like here, and I don't exactly know why or how. I don't know if you're doing a lot of EQ things that are cutting off a lot of information, or if you have some kind of compression stuff going on the master bus that is causing it to be so squeezed. But it needs a life. Man, I really just want to see your session. Like I really want to hear all the raw tracks and look at what you have going on and figure it out. Because I know that I can help, but it's so specific that I feel like it's a lot of different things that are combining together to get this sound that I hear. So I wish I could help more than that, but without sitting there and like micro-analyzing every little detail, I'm not sure.
Live from the west side, west side, west side. I let me, what's that? West side, west side, west side. What's that? Side, west side, west side. It's that feeling when you know your people good. Ain't no bullets flying in the neighborhood. Naptown weather feel like Inglewood. So my window down when I'm rolling through with the homie now. Yeah, yeah. New shoes, give me both of them. Straight up. It's better days, you either sink or swim. And we way too high to float above the rim. Dunking for the win, go hard. Recognize I'm not y'all. Mean when I say I'm the legend on guard. You ain't jumped off of the porch or front yard. Stiff arm, Heisman, the bitch lumbar. Oh nah, I kick game. Same G. Nah, I ain't changed. Top down, stay in my lane. Screaming loud, money ain't a thing. Many blessings, we that got blessed with too many blessings. Got with the grind to relieve the pressure. Now my face to the heavens with no more stresses. So you know it's levels, you can holla at me. Holla at me. If you ever need me, I'll be sliding through. You can holla at me. In my line, but it's all the time I try to pick and choose. You can holla at me. Why don't you slide down? Cause if you want a mind, that'll never change. You can holla at me. Tell my nigga, holla at me. Feeling good, living better, a whole team stick together. Boy, I'm colder than the winter. These are times you remember. MJ moonwalking, I show my ass in the center. We lit from the bottom of the pit. Ain't nobody give me shit. Strategizing with the click, sending shots with the kick. Now they all up on the tip. It seem the snakes be up in the grass and I can't stand them, nigga. And then some people say that they don't like me, cool. I don't like you either, shit. I know it's cheaper to keep them. Fatty whopping, I can see him. Arms linked where I can reach him. Keep it moving, ain't no need to complain. Too clear, just so you know the game, holla at me. If you ever need me, I be coming through, you can holla at me. But it's all the time, I try to pick and choose, you can holla at me. Cause if you want a mind that'll never change, you can holla at me. Tell the homies, holla at me. Slide down, holla at me. Out the gate, holla at me. Cause if you want a mind that'll never change, you can holla at me. Tell my niggas, holla at me. Slide down, holla at me. Live from the west side, west side, west side. Holla at me, what's that? West side, west side, west side. What's that? West side, west side, west side. Yeah.
Cool track. Definitely a cool track. Definitely fun. What do I want to do with this track? What do I want to do with this track? This is a track that I would want on a playlist of stuff that I'm listening to when I'm like chilling, like playing video games, playing with my dog, drawing, I don't know, something like that. This is just something that I wouldn't like turn up too much to it, but it's definitely a strong song. I enjoy the song, and I would listen to it and put it on a playlist. But there's a few things in the mix that I think could be better. It's not bad. It's almost there. This is one of those that, to me, it's like it's almost there. It's just a couple little details on top of each other. The first one, right off the bat, the snare. When the snare comes in, I was like, whoa, that's a hot snare. You can kind of bring that snare down just a little bit. Also, at the beginning, when there was that pad bass type thing going on, there was like one frequency that was creating a really bad ring. I would say scope around, find that frequency, and cut it so it doesn't ring too much. Also, you could probably do a low cut with a very sharp curve around 35 hertz to roll off some of that really, really low energy, because there's a lot of energy down there in the low end that's taking away from other places and making it too busy and too much. So if you roll that off down there, it'll let other things come through. I feel like the vocals could use a little bit less reverb. The main like verse vocals could use a little bit less reverb. The other ones are fine. The pan vocals, really cool, but need to be blended a little bit more. They felt too like just like blank, like they were just boom there. They didn't like come in or out very smoothly, and like the timing was a little bit weird. One trick that I like to do, here you go, here's some free game. One trick that I like to do, okay, I take my vocal that's pan left and my vocal that's pan right. To you, left and right. To me, it's right and left, but to you, it's left and right. I think, probably. Anyway, so I'll take my vocal that's on the left, and I will send it to, on the send, to send it to reverb and delay, I will make the send panned right. So my left vocal is sending effects to the right channel, and then on the right channel, the effects are being sent to the left. So that, like, if you were to mute them, you would hear the effects from the left channel on the right, and you would hear the effects from the right channel on the left. And that can kind of create a blend that lets things kind of go together without being here and here. Also, rolling off, filtering them a little bit, definitely helps pan vocals. James Otha, I see you just came in. Later, you should go back and watch the review I did of the song, of that OK song, because I actually talked about pan vocals and how you can make them better. And the only other thing in this song was that the vocals felt like they were lacking a bit between 1.5 and 4K, and there was maybe a bit too much in the 300 to 450 hertz range. There was a little bit of a there's something down there, not too low, but in the lower end, that was almost like a nasally type ringing type thing, and then his voice didn't quite cut through the mix as well as it could have, and it was like those mids and upper mids that I felt like it was missing a bit. The high end was fine. The high end was fine. So cool. Yeah, I'm out of paper on that one. So this next one is the intro to this dude's upcoming tape. He's a Louisville-born artist. I don't know what he's trying to say, but I don't know what he's trying to say there, but his name is Louis Pello, I think. I don't think I'm messing that up. What is happening here? I have an O in there. That was weird. That was weird. There was an O there, but it wasn't taking it. Interesting. Get out of here. Boom.
for something, turned into nothing. I'ma get twisted on my own. Probably stay puffin', high off substance, running this business in my zone. I just need a reason, no believing. I was even deep in, I was creeping, I was eating, peeking every weekend, get a freaking sleeping. Someone come hold me down. Nothing but druggies, we sagging like huggies. They try hard to fuck me, I'm sweet as a puppy, I'm hard like a thuggy. Convince me I'm ugly, then come here and suck me. I'm all on my own. Yeah, I'm all on my own. I done had so many try flake on me, I can hardly tell the difference between a fake and a free. Fuck what you think, got nothing on me. I was made for the storm and it's riding on me. Gas tank on E. Gas tank on E. I was looking for a hope in a cellophane, trying to find a way I can numb the pain. Mama didn't call, couldn't feel the same. Daddy in the ground, he gon' ride away. Gas tank on E. They ain't fucking with me. Looking for something, turned into nothing. I'ma get twisted on my own. Probably stay puffin', high off substance, running this business in my zone. I just need a reason, no believing. I was even deep in, I was creeping, I was eating, peeking every weekend, get a freaking sleeping. Someone come hold me down. Nothing but druggies, we sagging like huggies. They try hard to fuck me, I'm sweet as a puppy, I'm hard like a thuggy. Convince me I'm ugly, then come here and suck me. I'm all on my own. Yeah, I'm all on my own. I was looking for a hope in a cellophane, trying to find a way I can numb the pain. Mama didn't call, couldn't feel the same. Daddy in the ground, he gon' ride away. Gas tank on E. They ain't fucking with me. Purple static for the brave and the free, like
I think I'm literally just gonna write down what I wrote down in the order that I wrote it. It came on, and almost instantly, I was just like, the vibe of this track as an intro, perfect. Even if it wasn't the intro, but as an intro, something about the sound design of it, I was just like, oh man, give me more. And then the vocals came in, I was like, I like what he did with the vocals. But here's the next thing I wrote down was, man, pan the vocals. It sounds like there's at least two of like the same thing going on, but they were both like maybe a little bit pan, and I was like, nah man, pan them big. I want bigger panning on this. It's the intro. Be careless with, not careless, but be experimental with it. Be creative with it and just pan them and see what happens. Maybe do add a third layer in the middle and have the 2 and then the 1, or just do the 2. I don't know, but that's I love the vocals, but I feel like if they were pan, just like at some of the other songs, they're wavy. I want to be drowned in the song. I want the song to wrap around me, and part of that is having those pan vocals that would help do that. I'm totally cool with the beat not dropping. I was just wading in water and I loved it. Dorian Alexander said he loved the vibe and just wished the beat would have dropped at the end, and I was actually cool with the beat not dropping. It definitely created a feel, like Levi said. Gigi De Niro hollering out the lyrics. She loved the lyrics of it. Dropped some fire emojis. Those big words coming from Gigi, you guys. That's important. You really should take that to heart because Gigi is the shit. Looney Bin, you get played next by having your song next in my email. And the best way to have your song earliest in my email is to submit as soon as possible. If you just found me and you submitted as soon as you came on, awesome. Hopefully you get to it. All right, I gotta play it. Yes, Levi, that's exactly what I want. And Levi, it depends on if your song downloads before this other song. I'm not gonna do a YouTube link. Here we go. Boom. Robin Hood by SOS. That is next.
Ski mask, tinted glass with a ski rag. Relay the message to the dispatch. White boy, blue jeans, red cap. All we saw was jewelry and a neck tab. What's good, Robin Hood? What's good? What's good, Robin Hood? What's good? What's good, Robin Hood? What's good? Just stealing from the rich to give back to the hood. What's good, Robin Hood? What's good? What's good, Robin Hood? What's good? What's good, Robin Hood? What's good? Just stealing from the rich to give back to the hood. Bad bitch adopted me, I told that hoe to rob the safe. Mama's drawers, the little brother's piggy bank. I flew first class, she flew coach, shit. Left her at the airport, straight homesick. I met a MILF mom, ex-cheerleader, still had her pom-poms. Like bring it on, she gave face and said grace. Brought me a check for 100K, yeah. I did the dash in a Chevrolet, I hit the Bay Bridge. Cardboard up on the license plate. Rochambeau and then we home invade. Modern day GTA, yeah, talk about some role play. Turn a thought into a dinner date. Then the team ate, then the team played. We started on the side of the field. Bitch, how the fuck it feel? What's good, Robin Hood? What's good? What's good, Robin Hood? What's good? What's good, Robin Hood? What's good? Just stealing from the rich to give back to the hood. What's good, Robin Hood? What's good? What's good, Robin Hood? What's good? What's good, Robin Hood? What's good? Just stealing from the rich to give back to the hood. Blue collar crime, fake money, fake checks. Bad bitches performing safe sex. Selling dubs to teachers' pets. Straight A's cause even the teachers knew my rep. More money, more progress. Flipping racks out in recess. Track meet, I'm selling steroids to athletes. Had the band smoking weed for their melodies, yeah. That's lit. That's lit. Keep it going. Now weed helping. If your people didn't like my drug, why would I be getting so much love? If I was such a horrible individual, why do I get paid like a ritual? If your bitches didn't like my songs, why would I be getting so much If I was such a horrible individual, why do I get paid daily like a ritual? What's good, Robin Hood? What's good? What's good, Robin Hood? What's good? What's good, Robin Hood? What's good? Just stealing from the rich to give back to the hood. What's good, Robin Hood? What's good? What's good, Robin Hood? What's good? What's good, Robin Hood? What's good? Just stealing from the rich to give back to the hood.
Oh dear.
What are you all daring about?
All right, so first of all, what I gotta say is you got me with the instrumental. You can't use Uncle Adam's like. So if you guys don't know, that instrumental is the instrumental from a song called "Original" by Uncle Adams, which I really could talk about, but I'm really not going to. I'm just gonna let you go search up Uncle Adams. UNKLEADAMS original, and you go ahead and listen to that song and watch that video. Be prepared to cringe. It's hard to watch. But anyway, I'm not saying it's a bad instrumental. It's a fun instrumental. It's fun. It's cool. It's whatever. But that instrumental is just associated very strongly with a video that makes me cringe at my core, so it was hard to completely go at this track unbiased. So I don't really have any remarks on the songs. Levi likes the hook a lot. It's a good hook then, I guess. I don't have an opinion on the actual content of the song because I can't disassociate it with that horrible Uncle Adam song. So I don't want to do that. But I can focus on the mix objectively. Definitely sounds... There were a lot of... Between how hot the vocals were and the amount of compression on them, and especially the plosives, it sounded like SOS was very, very close to the mic and very loud on the mic. It just seems like too hot of a recording and too hot of a mix of the vocals, which definitely made them overpowering and not very, like, it was just too hot. It was just so much gain. It was just everything, the T's were too strong and the B's were too strong and the plosives were everywhere and the high end was, and the 2K range was super boosted, it sounded like, and there was like no body, so like it made the vocals not blend in. And the hook vocals were definitely better than the verse vocals. They could all use a de-esser though. And it sounded like, I couldn't tell if it was the room or the reverb. Either the room or the reverb, one of them was making, either I could hear the room really bad or there was a weird reverb that he chose that made it sound like a room. Either way, that didn't help it blend in either. There's just a lot of, it's hard because I think, if I'm going to be blatantly honest with you, I don't think the recording is great enough to mix it well. I feel like it needs to be recorded better to really actually mix it better. But if you were going to try to salvage that recording into a mix, you're going to have to give it a bigger space on the reverb, a bigger size on the reverb. You're going to have to throw a de-esser on. You're going to have to cut between 1 and 2K. You're going to have to boost a little bit lower in the 400 to 600 range. Maybe lower. Maybe down to 300, 250 even, just to give some extra body. Back off of the compression because it's too much, especially with the vocal that's already too hot. And definitely add a roll off on the low end to get rid of those plosives. Ooh, I know what I was going to play next. So, my dude Levi Weiss, who is currently watching, he has a song called Saw You that he's working on that he's been sharing with me a little bit, and I'm going to be working on it with him, but I guess we will review this on the show, and then me and him can work it out later.
I don't know.
Oh, so you plan to fade it out. Okay, that's cool. Even I like the abrupt ending. That was actually kind of cool. We can work it out. So based on what you guys are saying, like now you can see why I'm working with Levi, because that's a dope song. Like you guys said, it's someone Millie Johnson compared it to Billie Jean. Yes, it does have that same type of feeling. That's exactly what I told him. I told him it reminded me of Can't Go For That by Hall & Oates, who Michael Jackson told Daryl Hall that he took the concept of I Can't Go For That to create Billie Jean. That was basically a ripoff. The more you know. Anyway, yeah, so it's a super dope song. I love it. I believe he plans on getting some features or a feature for that one like empty spot that was in there. He's gonna have a feature artist for that, so I'm super stoked about that. I don't know, Levi, how much you want me to talk about things, because I don't know if you're looking for the production aspect of what I think you should add or change or take away or whatever, or if you want me to talk about mixing things that I might do to it, or what direction I would go, or if I think it needs something. Or what do you, Levi, let me know what exactly what you want from me, because I know me and you are going to work on this more. Everything? Okay, everything. All right, so I'll just go in the order that I kind of wrote things down. The low end of the kick is really strong. The low end is like all the bass in the track is coming from the kick, which is not what you want. You want the bass to actually take up the bass and the kick to be more of a punch, right? So I would roll off the low end of that kick, or find a punchier kick that's not like that kick was just like boom, boom, rather than a like punch kick. You know what I mean? Which then we would do that, so then we could bring out the bass of the bass more and let that bass be nice and full and hearty, because I like most of what it's doing, which I'll get to, but the bass is in this weird range where it was only like 300 to 1K, like it was in this really weird nestled place, and that's your bass, that's your balls, that's your low, and let it feel it in the chest, because people love the bass line, but you want to feel that bass line, not just hear it back buried. So there's that. The bass part in the open spot where the feature was, I felt like if you don't want to change it, I'm not going to stop you. It's totally your song, but from what I was hearing, I didn't love the bass part on that open spot, because it stuck out to me, but not in a good way. It was like I remember thinking like, this feels like it's doing too much. This is the bass line. It's supposed to be simple and groovy and let the feature artist do what they need to do, but the bass is like doing too much, and it's not staying just down there in the root notes and just giving me something groovy and low and something to catch on to. So I think that the bass part, at least in that spot, should be simplified. I can't say much about the rest of it, because it was kind of buried at times and I couldn't get the full effect of it. So that may change if I could hear more and feel more of the bass throughout, because it may be doing things in other spots that I wasn't a big fan of either. But I mean, as far as the other instrumentation and the melodies, the solo, the everything else, I love what everything else is doing. It was just the bass and not one spot that I can really speak on that I didn't love. The guitar, I love the guitar. I love the guitar sound. I love what you're doing. It's like really in the center, and it sounds like there's multiple guitar parts, but everything feels very in the middle, and the vocals are way out here. And I would almost like it better if the vocals weren't to the sides, the vocals were in the middle, and those guitars were panned. It would kind of fill out the track more. What I would probably suggest is record a third vocal part of just like that same main thing. And something that I would want to experiment with in the mix is having that main one in the center, right, and having that like be our nice foundation, and then play with the ones that are panned left and right to figure out where they can be, where they're not overpowering, but it still gives a full sound. Because I do like them panned a lot, but I don't like the guitars being in the center, but I don't want to move everything to the sides because then that's too much. So we have to find a balance between our stereo field, left, center, and right, and how we want to play with it. So providing more tracks, specifically a vocal track, would definitely help with that. And we can play around with those guitars as we want. Another thing I thought about was ad-libs. And by ad-libs, I mean like not in the first or second hook, maybe the second, but definitely at least the third. Adding like the I just saw you, like a callback. And you don't know me, you don't know whatever the lyrics are. I can't think right now, but if we could have those like callbacks in there without having to like fake it with a delay, like actually have those in there, I think we could do something pretty cool with that. So I would suggest you record those callback parts, callback ad-lib type things for the hook, and do them twice, so I have two of them in case I want to pan them. And we can experiment with that and see if we like that. And then overall, I feel like there's like a couple things that I think that instrumentally this is missing from being completely full. And you don't have to do this when we start working together on this track. I can do it if you would like, if you don't mind. But if you want to do it, by all means, rock it out and do it. And that is, it feels like there's voids in the frequency spectrum regarding the song. And that is, the first thing is there's no, what's up, Xavier? The first thing is that there's nothing really up in the higher end above like 6 or 7K. You have the occasional things from your voice that are reaching up there, but overall there's no cymbals, there's no hi-hat, there's no something up there to kind of fill up that range. So I'm thinking maybe adding what are they called, chimes, like a wind chime type thing sometimes, maybe a very, very light hi-hat, realistic sounding probably, but still kind of have that 80s vibe that this song almost has, and maybe some more type of cymbal high-end things, some sparkle. I need some sparkle. And then the other thing that I felt like it was missing was something in the mid lows to fill it out. And I know bringing the bass up more is going to help with that, but I couldn't help to think that like something along like a Rhodes organ or some type of like organ or synth organ, something there just to give a pad or a rhythmic body, just to add some fullness and beef, add some meat and potatoes into the overall song. Wow, I feel like that was a lot, but I have a good vision for this song, and I want to work with you to make it as amazing as it can be. And I know that your instrumentation style is fairly simple and stripped back, but I feel like if we add some stuff to it, we can really bring it to life. And I want to work on this with you because I love this song, because it reminds me of two of my favorite things, Hall & Oates and Michael Jackson. If you have any questions, hit me up privately and I'll let you know those things. I'm going to do one more song and call it a night, because I still haven't seen anything about the VMAs, and I want to know who's winning. It's been an hour and a half, and I still don't know really who's won anything. I'm gonna load up this next track, which I already have loaded up. Looney Bin, I hope you're still in here, Looney Bin. I believe, Looney Bin, you said this is a beat, right? You said this is a beat, an instrumental called a Bad Trip. And I know it's a video, so thanks for that. I didn't know that that was all that was going to be, or we could have gone much longer. Quick notable things. I do dig the beat. I feel like that washed out sample thing going on in the background is super dope. What is destroying the beat for me is the high end and the low end. Your highs are super ripping my ears off. The hi-hats and the snare, your high end, like even 4K, but definitely 8K and above, but even 4K is killing me. You need to cut that. It's just killing me. Your low end could probably tame a little bit. Basically, you have what we in the industry call a smiley face EQ, where your high end is really high and your low end is really low, and it makes your middle seem really low down too. And you're gonna want to balance that out, and you're gonna have to bring the lows down a little bit, and you're gonna have to bring the highs down a lot. I want to point out Nicki Minaj won Best Hip Hop Video with Chun-Li. She beat out Cardi B, The Carters, Drake, J. Cole, and Migos and Drake. So there's that. I don't think I watched that video, so I can't say anything. Best Pop Video, Ariana Grande, my girl. I love Ariana Grande, and I'm so glad she won. No Tears Left to Cry. She won that with that song for Best Pop Video. Really, an hour and a half, and that's all we got so far? What is the show comprised of? Is this an award show or what? Alright, I didn't know that was going to be so short. I'll do one more. I feel like I've already done Amelia Thoughts Venting now. Amelia, didn't I already do your song called Venting?
It's been a long ass ride, man. And most of y'all will never understand what the fuck I've been through.
Come take a walk up in my shoes. I can show you something new. I bet you couldn't deal with all the shit I've been. Come take a walk up in my shoes. I can show you something new. I bet you couldn't deal with all the shit I've been through. I've been through. I've been through. I've been through. Come take a walk up in my shoes. I can show you something new. I bet you couldn't deal with all the shit I've been through. I've been through. I've been through. I've been through. Here, take these shoes and lace them up tight. You uptight? Well, that's what my life's like. I lost my granny in '98 due to diabetes. Well, that's understandable, seeing she was the sweetest woman that I had ever known. She taught me growth. Huh. And now I'm grown. She said it's there for the taking. Michael just watched the throne. So I look to the hills. That's where my help come from. This where the road gets bumpy, so please fasten your belts. In 1999, my auntie died. Don't be surprised. She was victimized by homicide. I'm traumatized. November 14, 2000. That's when my mama died of heart disease. So pardon me, you don't want no parts of these thoughts that I be having. You take a walk in my shoes, I couldn't imagine. I just fly through these problems, nigga, like I'm Aladdin. I'm ducking, dodging these hoes. Darren McFadden. When life becomes a seesaw, just find some balance. Rebuild this life with my hands. You see the callous. Went from eating beef, nigga, to eating salads. I was tired of being picked on and snitched on. So any nigga that fit the description, I stayed away from them. My daddy told me to pray for them. You can drop me in a lake, I swim. I know you hate that when I grin. When you think I lose, I win. I don't fake nor pretend. I can read you niggas when I turn the page and read the end. a million thoughts. Take a walk up in my shoes, I can show you something new. I bet you couldn't do without the shit I've been through. I've been through, I've been through, I've been through. Come take a walk up in my shoes, I can show you something new. I bet you couldn't do without the shit I've been through. I've been through, I've been through, I've been through.
Oh, I just now realized that I left the mic on the whole time. Oh well. And did I not even put that up? I didn't even put. I'm sorry. I got distracted, obviously. It's been over 2 hours. Give me a break. That was a Millie Thoughts. The song's called Been Through. I felt like some of the vocals could use a low shelf, -2 dB at 500. Kind of soften it up a little bit. And definitely use a de-esser. They were pretty sibilant, a lot of S and S's. I felt like they were a little bit over compressed because the high end felt weird. All of his S's and SH's and things that were higher up in the frequency range were sounding like shushed out, like noised out, which is a thing of compression. So it was a bit too compressed. I love the song. I love the message. I love the writing. I dig the beat. I feel like he picks good beats for the content that he chooses to write about. So I vibe with all that. There's just something about the mix, the vocal mix, that it just felt dirty. It didn't feel as clean as I wanted it to. I don't know if that was a recording environment thing or the compression or how it's EQ'd and compressed. But it didn't ruin it. I still like the song and would listen to it. I just think that it could have been better. And I named a couple of ways how, but I feel like I would need to hear the raw vocal to see how I would have treated it. Anyway, guys. It's been good. It's been fun. It's been real. It's been real fun. I appreciate your time and space and attention for watching. The Crib project is in the works. It's on the way, guys. I know it's taken me forever, but it took everybody else forever to get their stuff to me, so that's why it's taken me forever. More news on that coming soon, hopefully. More news. Pay attention, dude. I've got some stuff coming up with some people that I'm working with that's really exciting. We got a lot going on coming up, so stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. I appreciate you for watching. Remember, don't start no shit, won't be no shit. I should be here same time, same day next week. If you want to be a guest on the show, let me know. If you want a custom EP, hit up smartboystudios.com. Also, don't forget to check out Zachary Leone at Treese at 8 p.m. at Kuma's Garage this Saturday. Treese 4, Indianapolis's biggest hip-hop festival. You can catch me there with my dude Zachary Leone on my, you can call it a label if you want, but it's whatever. It's my team. It's my people. It's whatever. Come check us out. Come talk to us. It'll be fun. It'll be real fun. Trees 4, Kuma's Garage, 8 p.m., Zachary Leone. Something special might happen. You might hear some new music and see somebody else. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. Thank you. Love you. Peace. Oh, where's the mouse?